Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and if you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. Now, by the time this video goes up, I should have already loaded the video I did where I did the doodle for the week of the 11th through the 17th in my Big Happy Planner for February, and I am doing a doodle challenge. It's an old one. It's from Cindy from Llama Letters, and it's her June 2018 challenge, but I thought it'd be a good way to get my feet wet, and I will link that video below. Some of these, if you know the Muppets, are probably very recognizable, and some of these are just a hideous train wreck. But yeah, it does make me laugh when I look at it, and so, mission accomplished. Now, like I mentioned, this is my happy planner for my social media and my business. This has nothing to do with social media or business, but I do not use my monthly overview for anything, so this makes me want to come into it, and I'll probably do it like I did today, where I'm just going to do it 1 week at a time. And also, when I'm flipping through this from month to month, and then I might do an annual at the end of the year, just flip through, I'm pretty sure going to make me happy or smile or cringe when I see this. So definitely check out that video below. And we are in the third week. Oh no, we are in the fourth week of February. So here we are. And as always, I do turn my vertical layout into my facsimile of a dashboard layout, where you've got the days of the week on one side, and then you've got some functional spaces on the other side, as I've been doing all of February and probably will continue into March. Is a pen only challenge. As I've mentioned before, Miss JoJo I do ahead of time because I do her in pencil just for scale purposes, but everything else I'll be doing here on camera. And like I mentioned last week, I actually like the days of the week at the top. It doesn't actually bother me that it doesn't correspond with an actual day, but it actually gives me a better visual of the week that I'm on, because sometimes, especially after I write, it can get lost. This one was easy to see because I used a stencil, but this one not so much. I mean, I know how the days fall, but then I actually really have to look to see where the days of the week is, although this is really pretty. So for this week, I'm actually going to try to make this video quite short. That's my goal every week, but definitely for this week, it's going to be very minimal. Monday is a holiday, so I will be off and probably be doing some filming and some editing. Friday, I have a doctor's appointment, and I'm doing an outpatient procedure where I'm getting some spider veins in my leg taken care of. And so I'll actually be on a bed rest situation for the weekend as well as Monday. So I'm going to try to get as much as the filming I can do this weekend, even to include next weekend's plan with me, just because I can't do this in bed. I have to be sitting for this project. So we're going to try to zip through this and get some things down. Now, I did have quite a few of my subscribers and followers ask me where I got the stencil, and I'll actually link it below in this video. I hadn't in the past, but I'll link it because I actually found this specific one. If you Google, if you search on Amazon for bullet journal stencils, there is a variety of different ones, but I was able to find the one that had this particular stencil, which I'm assuming is the one they were asking about, because this is the one I use every single week, although they might have been asking about the other, but I believe they all come in the pack. So the link that I'm putting down below is based on that it has this particular stencil, and it may not be that number because it comes some of them are a 12 pack, 24 pack. I'm not sure which one this came in, but they number every single one so that I guess it's easier for them to put together. I don't know. But yeah, so we'll be using this one and this one as well, I think. Yeah. All right, so for the days of the week, I think I'm going to try something different. And it might be a train wreck because I've never tried it before. But instead of doing an outline, I think I might try to color it in. And I don't know how this is going to turn out. Oh, kind of regretting it. That's not horrible. It might be better if I do the outline. And let's do pink and green in honor of my two favorite colors, because that's what pink and green are. So let's do an outline. Give this a little bit of time to dry. And then go back in and color. And because it is a pen-only challenge, this is the only way that I can introduce a color into the planner. I wondered why this was so hard. That should make this infinitely easier. And luckily, even though this middle box is smaller, just because my measurement skills is not that great, and one of my subscribers, or someone had commented that I should use centimeters because that's a little bit more accurate, and that's a great suggestion, but that's just even more lines for me to to have to count. So yeah, that's probably not going to happen. But thank you for the suggestion. Let's go back and trace this one. And I've mentioned this in the past, but the reason that I have these stencils is because when I'm doing my traveler's notebooks that I make for one of my Etsy shops, I include this, and it's just random. I just basically go through my stash and pick one of the ones that I've purchased to include with the traveler's notebook. Because my idea for it is that whoever's purchasing it is using it in like a bullet journal style, and whatever the stencil is might be able to help them in that. I include planner stickers. I mean, I have a huge stash of things that I've purchased for it, just because when someone purchases, I want them to be able to hit the ground running with it, whether they actually use it as a bullet journal system, or if they, where's the cover? Oh. Or if they just use it as a notebook. I believe one lady had mentioned that it's too pretty to use, so she just likes having them, which is fine. When I make them, I do make the charm, I make all of the, I don't make the inserts, but I do make the divider and the folder. I include a bunch of planner stickers, washi sample. It's quite labor intensive, but I really love how they look. Yeah. So let me color these in, and that would be pink. use the chisel to make this go faster. And I'm really liking this pen only challenge. It probably isn't the cup of tea for many people because it isn't something you necessarily can recreate. I mean, you absolutely can, but it isn't something you can easily recreate unless you also have like the stencil. And I know some people feel like they don't have the drawing skills, or you've got 20 million sticker books, you should use them, as do I. I haven't done a count, but I know it's significant. But I just wanted to challenge myself to see if I could, to see if I liked it. But also, if you are watching and you're new to the planning community, whether you're a happy planner or Erin Condren or any of the variety, if you have the stickers, awesome. If you don't have the stickers, it doesn't mean that your planner can't be pretty. And all of this, really, and I truly believe this, people come into their planners and they decorate with stickers and washi and scrapbook paper and pens and all of that, because planning in and of itself can be rather tedious. And so this makes it a fun activity. Makes you want to come in here and do it, but it also makes you want to come back and review it or check things off, or a variety of different things. So it does make a very mundane functional task into something that's creative as well as quite relaxing, actually. So we'll add in the days, and it's the 18th. I actually really like how this looks, because the way that my days are set up, it's not ever going to come out even. But I might try to recreate this next week, although I did look ahead, and 19, 20, 21. Next week, even though the majority of it is February, actually falls in the first week of March 22. So next week color scheme won't be this pinky salmon-y color, it'll be something else, which is fine. And Sunday, 24th. I think that looks super cute. So up in here, what I do is I track stats. And plus or minus. So Facebook. And I really should write this in order every single week, but I am referring to the previous week when I'm doing the plus or minus here, so it's not that hard to go back and look, but yeah. This is the first week I'm going to be looking at Etsy numbers. I don't get very many sales. For February, I got 1. For January, I got 2. Was it 2? Yeah, I think it's 2. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be tracking here. It might be views, it might be sales. I don't know. I thought I'd take a look at that number because I have been slowly getting into the different listings and doing some editing. I think I might have to redo some of my pictures, which is going to be quite the bear. Just because I think between my 2 shops, I have like 150 listings. Yeah, because I think I have at least 70 in each. I don't know, I'd have to look. And you have up to 10 pictures per listing. And so if I have to edit pictures, that's a lot of that's a lot of pictures. So we'll see. But in something like Etsy, unless you've already established yourself and people know what they're purchasing, the pictures can make or break you. Because I think my descriptions might be too wordy, because I tend to be a bit long-winded, if you've noticed. But for the pictures in itself, I think my SEOs could use some work. There's definitely room for improvement, because based on the amount of sales I have, I've gotten a really good return on reviews. So I think I have like 17 sales, and I've got like 9 5-star reviews. So people like my products. I just don't know if they can find them. If they can't find you, then, I mean, it doesn't matter how good your product is. And all of my things in my shops, if you see it listed, it means it's available and ready to go. I do quote 3 to 5 business days, mostly because it depends on when I get the order, how fast I can package it up, get it ready, print the shipping label and the invoice, and then get it out to the mail. Because if it's light enough, I can actually take it with me and drop it off on my way to work, because I do commute into town. But if it is too heavy or too bulky, then I actually have to ask my dad or my brother to take it to the post office for me, and then I have to rely on their schedule. So I do give myself a little bit of a cushion, just so that, you know, I hope to get it out sooner, but I can have that leeway in order to be mindful of, it might not be my schedule that's the issue. So we're gonna film, edit, and upload. And I did pick up some really cute stickers from Bella from the Modest Cat on Etsy, and I will feature, or not feature, but sorry, I can't talk and do things at the same time. I don't know how planner people do it. I truly don't, because I watch videos all the time and they don't stammer the way that I do. They just seem to know everything. It's a goal, truly it is. And I have not been consistent at all. I mentioned that last week. I'm going to mention it next week. It's really about finding the time, because I read some blogs and I want it to be to that level, and maybe that's what the part of the problem is. But we're going to shoot for 2 posts. And I do have it listed below. Plus, my blog doesn't look right to me. When I read other people's blogs, it isn't one long, continuous feed of articles. So usually there's a link to the next one, or there's a picture of the next one, and I don't know exactly how to do that. So that's another project to work on. And I have been thinking about this lately, that I might just be stretching myself too thin, because I do a lot, and yet I don't feel like I'm doing enough. Because I post every day to Instagram and Facebook, but I don't necessarily think that has any intrinsic value to my Etsy shops, which is part of the reason that I do post every day. I do think there is some value to my YouTube channel, which originally I did to film this journey with my plan with me, but also to do flip throughs and just product showcases of the things that I sell. But I haven't actually made anything. Well, no, that's not true. I haven't crocheted anything for my Mojo shop in months. Because crochet is time consuming. Although I might do some bows while I'm on bed rest, because I can crochet while I'm in bed. But for my JoJo shop, I did finish some of the Happy Planner mini covers that can fit the classic or the expander rings, but I still need to add the elastic and the bow, and then I need to take pictures and list them. And so that's on the to-do list as well. So just, I don't know. Sometimes I think YouTube gets all of my focus to plan, to edit, to upload, to think of ideas. And then I don't seem to go the normal route that the people that I follow, because I mean, to me this feels more bullet journal-ish than it does Happy Planner, and I love it. I mean, it's not bothersome to me. I just don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's everyone's cup of tea. So that's not going to line up at all, and that's fine. So on this side, if you haven't noticed, and this is your first time watching, I track the various social media business things that I do, and on this side is where I track my stats, as well as put things in the boxes here of things I'm either wanting to do or have done, because I do both pre-planning and back planning, if that makes sense. So let's give some color to this side of the page. Then we'll do our doodles and we'll be done. All right, so put that all to the side. And we'll just do one big line here. All right, guys, this is it for me. Have a rice day. These are onigiri, and it's Japanese rice balls, and this is the nori. So if you've ever eaten sushi, that outside bit, the green seaweedy thing, when you make this, you make it into a cone shape like that, and then you wrap this sort of like a sumo wrestler thing that covers their junk. I'm not sure that's why they do that here, but that's what it always makes me think of, sumo wrestler junk coverage. So yeah, he's angry, I think, because his stuff is too big, I don't know, or too small, who knows. And then this here is to replicate the ume, which is the Japanese pickled plum, because some of these, it's just vinegared rice and the little nori. Some of these have the ume in it. Some of them have seaweed flecks mixed into the rice. Some of them have flakes of salmon. I mean, the different types of onigiri is quite extensive. I like just the regular plain with the little wrapper, and then that with a side of meat, usually like mochiko chicken or something. But that's the one that I usually get, onigiri and then chicken, because it's just easy to eat, and it's easy to eat while doing other things. So yeah, so this is my spread for this week. It's colorful, it's pretty, and I am digging it. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoy coffee, or if you enjoy tea, or if you're not a hot beverage person at all. I usually have 1 cup of coffee a day in the morning, although when I'm having coffee, I've just kind of trained myself to also want sweets, and so that's why I run into problems, because yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching and joining me on this journey today, and as always, aloha.